No.
It's got a twist in it somewhere. Even if you look back here,
It's supposed to it's supposed to twist coming down.
well, I'm just trying to tell you what I'm seeing. I don't see no shadows or nothing all the way through, but once it hits here, there's something.
Yeah, it twists this way. It spins. You suppose it's supposed to roll back in.
You got one for that side?
It's already on.
Huh?
It's already on.
That's all I was gonna say. See if the other side fits.
That one went on just fine.
So you think it's sprung?
No, this is the second piece I've tried.
It's hard.
I don't know.
Well, it could be. Didn't he do something with the top?
On that side,
Oh, this side? I thought it was all rotted out along the.
underneath,
Huh?
underneath of it,
Oh, so what did they replace on this?
oh, the half the top.
Yeah, but nothing over there.
No, he won't like this.
Maybe that Keith guy knows how to get it on there.
Like I said, I just put that one on in a couple of minutes.
I'm gonna ask him. Take his deputy back to him and then give him a chance to talk to him and
Yeah, I
let
know.
him offer to come out. I gotta take those out.
Irritating. No, not a donk car. She's been lowered to the ground. It's got 20-inch rims, but donk cars have got 24-inch, 26-inch rims. I don't do that. Plus, they're lifted into the air. Got a piece of wood around here somewhere. Getting this last piece to roll over, that's the problem. It is Dodge Viper Blue. Um, 20-inch rims, full air ride suspension, LS swapped, 480 trans, custom hood, married a Chevelle hood into the 63 hood. Let's see, what else did we do? Um, Impala trunk lid because I like the three tail lights better than the two tail lights. Obviously, paint jobs custom. One-piece bumpers. Build the Impala in on the trim so you don't see the word Impala anywhere because it's not an Impala. Uh, this weather stripping is still just horribly, horribly tight. But the more I keep the door shut, the better off it gets, the better it turns out. That's the problem is I gotta keep the door shut and I gotta heat the weather strip up a little bit so it'll sandwich in. What's up, GV? Trying to get this trim on, man. Trying to get the trim on. And I'm getting irritated with it. Really irritated. This side's starting to go on. Got the other side on. Do have all that on. Starting to look good. I'm getting ready to hang it up and go home for the day because I'm starting to get extremely irritated. I'm starting to get extremely irritated and just aggravated beyond. So I'm getting ready to hang it up for the day. Get ready to go home. It's one of them days, ready to bite everybody's head off. Legs hurting me. It's not fitting right. One of them days you don't want to be a amputee, you know what I mean? Right, sometimes it's best just to walk away. I'm sure you've done that plenty of times on that one you're doing. There's so much that needs done. Put a list together. I don't know. I don't know. What's up, Daryl? So, Daryl, got one of them on. This one right here, I can't get it to roll over like it should. So, Daryl, here's my question. Hold on. Let me grab a piece of trim. Drip rail trim. All right. Bottom side, top side. There's the pinch. There's the pinch for where my thumb's at or my finger. There. That's the pinch for the top of the drip rail. My finger's touching the bottom side. If I need to tighten this up, what side do I tighten up? And how do I do it? So we'll call it bottom and bottom side top. How's that? I think that might be some of my problem is it needs tightened up and I really don't know how to tighten it up. So hopefully the old master of metal there. Okay, so what's the best way of tightening it? So, like I said, this bottom flange here is, okay, here we go. No, so there's the bottom side there. It's rolled out, how it rolls in. Do I tighten it up here, which would be this one, or do I tighten it up on this pinch weld here? Which pinch weld do I tighten? That's the side that's on the top. That's the side on the bottom. Like I said, I've never done it. What's up, Nelson? I've never tightened this stuff, guys. I can't get it to roll right. Because I'll show you. When this side rolls in, I can get it to roll down and in. As soon as I let go, it pops out and flips back out. So it's not holding to the bottom. So it'll roll in, but as soon as I let go, it'll jump back out and flip again. Nah, a little bit. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a rattle to it. I mean, it's definitely got a little bit of movement. So I'm thinking the bottom part needs to be tightened. Right. So how do I make the bottom, which would be this one right here, how do I make that one grab the bottom of that flange right there? Harder. Anybody know? Because it grabs here just fine. It grabs up here just fine. There's no rattle, there's no movement. And what a pain in the butt to get this to follow that arc. Holy cow. That was not fun at all. Right, but the problem I'm having is I can't get it to stay in position. Once it rolls, and as soon as I take the pressure off of it, it flips right back out. The other side, as soon as I started the other side, I started up here with a rubber mallet and started working it, and it just folded and rolled right in. Um, and it rolled in just fine. See, that one's perfect. Glad to know that. Thanks, Daryl. That's what I've been doing. I don't know. Like I said, I was telling you earlier, I am getting extremely frustrated with it and about ready to walk away for the day. I was about to tell that guy that was posting that stuff on there, look out your back window. You'll know how serial I am. Oh, this trim stuff, man, it's about annoying and tedious and just aggravating as can be. So I got a leg is killing me. Bad day to be an amputee, guys, with all this rain and everything. My leg's feeling it. So I got to work this edge just a little bit because you can see we need to work on that just a little bit there. Need to tighten that up, which is not a big deal. Um, but here's the thing. That's the second piece of trim I've tried. I have a really nice, like perfect piece that I don't want to go tweaking on. This piece is actually still really good, but you can see, there we go. Let me see, hold on. You can see she's got some scratching in it and stuff like that. So I'm trying to practice on this piece, make sure I get it, and I can learn how to manipulate it a little bit more before I go and do the real piece. So the one on this side, that's the final piece, the good piece. It went on perfect the first time. Took me about 3 hours to learn how to do that. To learn how to do that edge. Actually, took me about 2 days. So I called Daryl this morning and talked to Daryl, and he's like, "Do it like this." It was close. Um, the way you told me to do it was close, but the way to do it on these cars is, and this goes for the Impalas too. You got to start up front. Got to lay it up on top, roll it down a little bit so it kind of lock and hold. Then when you get back here, you got to hold the back edge and then kind of with one hand and your body press in on it, wiggle it up, then it'll fold over and kind of just lay itself right down to the channel then. But the problem is when you get here, this piece, because this has got a twist to it when it comes off. So it'll be here, and all of a sudden it'll twist and come way out to here. So it does like a 90 off the car, and you got to bend it and twist it to get it to set back down. It was it was a lot of fun. That piece also has a couple of dents in it, Daryl. So it's good, and I'm saving it in case I need it. Um, I'll burnish it a little bit, and then I'll turn around and take it out. Anyway, I was thinking about going over maybe, I don't know, I gotta do something. Gotta do something. Hold on, let me show you something really pretty here. Let me go get a screwdriver. You guys are gonna like this. Well, paint guys will like this. Hold on 1 minute. Got chickens in here. Well, Daryl's not a big PPG fan. Got a little bit of Deltron here. Quick shake. All right, here we go. Do I have a 4.8? I have access to them. All right. So let's put that down. Oh, let's grab this. Kind of hard to do this stuff. Hold on. It's kind of hard to do this stuff with one hand and holding the phone. Oh, let's get a razor knife. Cut a little strip. Ah, come on. Here we go. So this would be the mimic of the trim on the side of the car. That is, in a sense, that trim right there. That is basically a pure candy base. So, hold on. So, see how you can still see the engine turning beneath it? All right. Still see the engine turning behind it? Now look at this. Tell me if I didn't hit that color right about on. And you can see the engine turning. That's going to allow me to bring that stripe halfway down this car. So now I'll be able to run the chrome on the outside in the very center. With the engine turning, you paint this red. And you can see, you can basically candy this and see the engine turning. I think it's going to look sharp. Um, Took a while and a lot of playing to get this color combination down. But with it being a candy and it being a candy red, we can adjust it by the amount that we spray it. Yeah, I think it's gonna look really good. Like I said, you take it. I'm trying not to get too close, but it you gotta. That's the thing is you gotta match. You gotta find a happy medium between the dark and the light. So, but I think that is about spot on. And that's really hard to do with a red because, like me and Metal Art, Daryl were talking, that red is so opaque that it just covers and you can't thin it out because if you thin it out with clear, it goes pink. So, between talking to Daryl, another guy around here, and Jeremy over at, sorry, not, we'll just call him JG over at JG Innovations. Um, those guys really kind of helped steer me into the right path of thinking. So, without them guys, I probably wouldn't have been able to figure it out on my own. Those guys would have been able to figure it out. But to be able to do it on your own, it's kind of neat. You know what I mean? I mean, just, the people, and I'll say this, guys, anybody watching, there's a lot of good people in the automotive hobby. Um, I've met some of the best people doing YouTube in the automotive stuff. Uh, it's pretty cool. One day, hopefully, I'll run into Nelson here in Cincinnati when he's running his loads up and down the coast. But it is what it is. All right, guys. I probably gonna have to find a couple things to do. Um, Nelson, you ever see the Cadillac? You guys want to see the Cadillac? Let's walk over and look at the Cadillac. Hold on. Is that a. Oh, with some paint work to do. We got a couple scratches. Big old boat. Things got doors are like vault doors. And listen to this. It's like a vault. Big boy. That thing's been in the back of this car ever since my grandpa put it in there. All 72 feet of her. Well, I think we're gonna call it a day here. Kind of tired of doing things. Kind of irritated. Like this term's really got me irritated. It's raining. I'm hurting. Just ain't got it in me today. I don't know why. Sold the rims that I had on this car that I put on over at Metal Art. That was kind of nice. Nice to get them gone. Close this paint container up. That little can was like 180 bucks. Tell you what, 180 freaking dollars. Wow. That's why I didn't buy much of it. I don't know how these guys afford to do these full candy paint jobs. I mean that the cost of that right there was enough to steer me away from doing a full candy paint job. If you got a candy job, you got 3 coats of paint that essentially you got to lay down of 3 different colors. Sometimes you got a clear, you got a ground coat, and then you got a base coat, which is your candy, and then you got to clear over that. Yeah, it can get expensive. You're right. It is good paint. Certain things you can get in certain colors you can get in certain paint. Um, you can't get candy colors in an Omni. You know, you got to buy quality paints in order to get those colors. But all right, guys, I'm getting out of here. You guys all take it easy. I'm going home. Gotta go work on the house. Everybody, have a great night. Stay greasy.